Alright YouTube, so I was on Facebook and I came across this article that somebody shared about some WNBA player complaining because she's not getting equal pay as the NBA, and I just kind of want to talk about it. Beer looking kind of nasty, I need to trim that shit up. Now this is a completely different discussion from something like the wage gap, because when it comes to a sport, you're kind of paid what you're worth. You're paid if you're good for the team, if you score a lot in whatever sport you're in, of course you're going to be paid more. If you're helping the team win, you're scoring a lot of points every year, your salary, which you get paid, is going to keep going up every single year because you're good for that team. So what we have here is a WNBA player who's upset because she doesn't get paid the same as her male counterparts. Fucking story as old as time, right? But here's the thing. Unless you are a WNBA fan, can you, as a casual like NBA fan or somebody who doesn't even watch sports, can you name one WNBA player? Can you name one WNBA team? Because I can't. I know this chick's name, and I know she plays for the Dream, I guess is what they're called. That's all I know with the entirety of the WNBA. Whereas me, somebody who doesn't even really watch NBA or sports in general, I can name a fuck ton of NBA teams and a fuck ton of NBA players. That's the difference there. It is a much more profitable league. There's a reason why the NBA players and like NFL players get paid millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, you know, for every year, because they are, it's a more popular league. The WNBA doesn't even like turn a profit like fucking ever. Their attendance is fucking horrible. You can see like pictures from like some of their games where it's like not even half the fucking seats are filled because nobody is there to watch it. Nobody cares. Why that is, I'm not entirely sure. The WNBA has been around since like 1997, if I remember correctly. So like over 20 years now, the WNBA has been a thing, and it's just not popular. Can you name one chick out of the 20 years of the WNBA? Because I fucking can't. I can't think of one woman who's like just a breakout star from the WNBA. I can name a lot from the NBA, and that's the thing. Throughout the entirety of the NBA, we've seen some of the best players ever in the entire world in the history of the sport come through the NBA. Is there one woman from the WNBA who's ever put up points like Kobe Bryant, like Michael Jordan, like Steph Curry, like LeBron James? Like, is there any woman who's ever compared to them as a player? Because that's part of what the draw is when it comes to something like a sporting event. You want to see the great players do great. So that's part of why the league has just gotten better and better, because over time we've just kept getting more and more great stars. My cat has decided to join us, so there you guys go. Harold. He looks pissed off. He doesn't give a shit. But if you have a woman who's as good of a player as like LeBron James, or she can put up 3 points like Steph Curry, then people might be interested in the sport. And there may very well be, I don't know, and I could be completely wrong on that. But if you have a breakout star, somebody who's just an amazing player, and she happens to be a woman, that would draw attention to the WNBA, or like a personality. Look to something like UFC. Look at Ronda Rousey. She's a breakout woman, fighter. Look at Conor McGregor. He's a great fighter, but he's also a great personality. That's the kind of thing you need to draw attention to the WNBA. You can't just be playing the sport for 20 years and hope people just decide to start watching it. You need a reason to watch it. One of the best basketball players alive says she's sick and tired of having to play overseas to make a decent living, and she's calling for the WNBA to start paying women like their male counterparts. Angel McCoughtry was the #1 overall pick in the 2009 WNBA draft and went on to become the 2009 WNBA Rookie of the Year, a 4-time WNBA All-Star, and has already won the scoring title twice. Problem is, the top female players make squat compared to NBA stars. According to a 2017 report, the top WNBA players only make around $100K in annual base salary. To compare, Steph Curry is making $34.6 million this season, and that goes up to $45.7 million per season at the end of his contract. Really quickly though, and I understand the pay gap there is huge from $100,000 to $34 million, but let's be real here. Most of you watching, if you are of age, probably work and have a job, and you're making not nearly that. Can you imagine having that struggle? Can you imagine being upset that every single year you're making $100,000 to play a game of basketball? Like, yeah, the training's hard, you gotta practice a lot, you probably travel a lot as well, but let's be real here, you're making a fuck ton of money. $100,000 is a lot of money every year, and there might be sponsorships and all kinds of other things you make money from as well, and all you gotta do is play basketball. Like, that's a pretty damn easy life. Actually, as I'm recording this, I went and looked at the Facebook post really quick, and there's a guy who commented on there talking about, because he's in the military, and he's over in the Middle East, he's making $32,000 a year to be in the army, be in the military. That is a bitch of a job, that is a bitch of a life, and you're complaining, and you think you deserve 3 times, you're making 3 times that, and you think you deserve more to play some fucking basketball. And we could talk about the NBA as well, of course. I'm not just trying to be on the WNBA about that. The point of all that is there are people out there who have shitty jobs, but they're actually out there making a difference in the world and in society, and you can't be happy with the fact that you're making 6 figures to play basketball. But even if you happen to be the absolute best player in the WNBA, it doesn't change the fact that the WNBA just does not compare to the NBA. It is far, far more popular, far more profitable. There's, again, the attendance is horrible. Like, half the seats maybe are filled, and their viewership as of 2016, which I'll have an article linked below, they were on ESPN, they were getting less than 200,000 viewers on television watching their games. That's fucking low for a sport. They literally cannot afford to pay you as much as they pay Steph Curry, for example, or whatever. And the thing is, they use Steph Curry as an example in that article I referenced. It's not like every NBA player's out there making $34 million like Steph Curry. He just happens to be one of the best players in the fucking world, and their team does well, the Golden State Warriors. So if he keeps doing as good as he's doing, or keeps getting better, they're going to keep paying him more. As it said at the end of the season, he's going up to $45 million. It's because he's one of the best players ever. If you want to make more money, help the WNBA become a bigger and more popular sport. I don't know exactly how they can do that. The thing that makes sense to me is go out and get a bunch of females that are like just on par with some of the men, if they even exist, and bring them to the WNBA, and people will give a shit. If you're seeing this chick drop, 100 points a game or something like that, people might start to fucking care. But the whole "I'm a woman, so pay me as much as a man" thing, it just doesn't really work when it comes to sports at all, because it's just like, you get paid for as good as you are. And if you look at the chick's stats versus Steph Curry, again, they used him as an example, so I'm using him, her points and her stats and things that she does just does not compare to him. Anyways, this was a lot longer than it needed to be. Obviously, it's pretty simple. The WNBA is just not that popular, so of course you're not going to get paid that much. But until, just make the sport, make the league more popular, and you'll get paid more. It's that simple. But until then, enjoy getting paid 6 figures to be a woman and play basketball. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts below as usual. And if you went on to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.